All right, your boy's back. Welcome to another Real Estate Lunchbox. I'm your host, Leon Duncan. I'm sounding very professional right now because I got my coffee. Boy. I'm going to tell you. You guys are this is a real funny. The last 24 hours since Trump did this State of the Union has been hilarious. Matter of fact, when he was doing the State of the Union, it was hilarious. And I'm just going to run this check to make sure that everybody can hear me out there, that you guys hear my one of one behind. All right. So I got you guys over there at YouTube. You good? Yep. Gotcha. You know, YouTube, you guys at YouTube are most important. I mean, you guys at YouTube are probably the most important. Facebook is a different place, man. I realize that. It's a very different place. There ain't no bag tied to it, too. I ain't lying. There's no bag over at Facebook. Oh, no. I'm going to try to get in and get out because I was a little bit late getting in today. Simply, I just had a lot to say, and I was really trying to figure out what God really wanted me to say, like what was really on my heart to say. We definitely going to talk about Trump. We're definitely going to talk about the State of the Union. We're definitely going to talk about some of the things that he said in the State of the Union. And I can't hold it back. God, I got to talk about what happened with Omar. Ilhan Omar. It's not lying. These people are crazy, bro. They are crazy. But, you know, I do understand the argument sometimes that I get from some Democrats. So if you're a Democrat, you're a liberal, you're listen, I'm not mad at you. Even though I claim conservative, you're welcome to share your perspective and your point of view. This is not intended to bash you, but it is intended in a way to tell you the truth. Okay, and it's gonna seem bash. Seems like I'm beating you up. Okay, but at the end of the day, I don't quite believe that there is a right and a left any longer. I really don't believe there's a right and a left any longer. And I think the way that what brought me to that conclusion more than anything, and I think, what was this, Royce White actually said it. And if you don't know who Royce White is, he's got a podcast, and you can check him out on Instagram, Last Renaissance Man. But I don't believe there's a right and a left any longer. So let's go.
Say you become Minnesota's next U.S. Senator.
Yes.
Would you work across party lines to accomplish change?
There are no party lines anymore.
What do you mean by that?
There are no party lines. There are only patriots and nationalists and globalists. There are no party lines.
But there are still senators from different party perspectives.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, on for the theater.
So are you willing to?
There aren't a handful of America First, unbought and paid for United States senators in the entire United States Senate.
How about this? How would you collaborate with counterparts?
Tell the truth. I'm not collaborating with traitors. I'm not collaborating with, and some people would say, well, that makes you unqualified to run for the office. The prerequisite is that you have to become enmeshed in the corruption of the machine in order to be a viable candidate. And I think that's what's wrong with American political culture, is that we expect our candidates to sell out, but then we tell them not to.
Collaboration is selling out?
If the collaboration is to undermine the fabric of this country and the value of citizenship, for sure.
I'm thinking about.
This guy said there's no left and right. There's only patriots, nationalists, and what's the other one? Woo! Let's go back to that at the beginning, man, because this is crazy. When I heard it, I said, "Wow." He kind of really summed up my thoughts with this. Globalist. That's what he says. Let's go from the beginning.
Would you work across party lines to accomplish change?
There are no party lines anymore.
What do you mean by that?
There are no party lines. There are only patriots and nationalists and globalists. There are no party lines.
But there are still senators from different party perspectives.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, on for the theater.
So are you willing to?
There aren't a handful of America First, unbought and paid for United States senators in the entire United States Senate.
How about this? How would you collaborate with counterparts?
Tell the truth. I'm not collaborating with traitors. I'm not collaborating with, and some people would say, well, that makes you unqualified to run for the office. The prerequisite is that you have to become enmeshed in the corruption of the machine in order to be a viable candidate. And I think that's what's wrong with American political culture, is that we expect our candidates to sell out, but then we tell them not to.
Collaboration is selling out?
If the collaboration is to undermine the fabric of this country and the value of citizenship, for sure.
I'm thinking about like writing bills and like.
Where do you think the selling out of this nation happens?
Okay, fair, fine. All right, I clearly you have issue with the system.
For sure.
Okay.
I have huge issues with the system. I have huge issues with omnibus bills. I have huge issues with the special interests and lobby money in D.C. I have a huge issue with the fact that it's a conventional prerequisite that a United States Senate candidate has to have pre-committed to a lobby, a special interest in lobby, to have any chance of raising the money necessary to win one of these campaigns. I object to all of that.
Yo, shout out to Royce White running for Senate over there in Minnesota. That was a very powerful clip. And he's not off. So let's jump into this thing with the State of the Union real quick, because it sets the tone for the State of the Union. Because in the State of the Union, we're witnessing a clear distinction between patriots, nationalists, and America First, and globalists. So if you don't get the concept, the globalists believed we are not just responsible for the world, we are responsible for taking in the people in the world, having a world outreach where we now spread our money in the world, allowing our borders to be open for the world to come in as a safe haven. Globalist men are very dangerous people. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. There was a point in time, I think, where the globalist ideology was necessary in World War II in order to bring the world back together and to quash everything that Hitler did and was trying to do. But as we speed up now, I think the term globalist, the idea of being a globalist, has changed dramatically from what it was before. It's not the same. Not the same at all. So now we have this clash where I see people on the left saying, yeah, we're for the left and Trump's a fascist. He's a fascist. He's racist. He doesn't care about the people. He's destroying the country. Then you have on the right, hey, these are leftist. These are globalist. They have open borders. They're destroying the country. There is a concept of putting America first. If the plane is going down, shouldn't you put your gas mask on first? Like, you should put a mask on yourself first before you turn around and put a mask on your children, your spouse, anyone else around you that may need help. There is a point of you having to put the mask on yourself. And I think, my opinion, is that we have a clash right now of people that don't want to put the mask on themselves. They want to put the mask on the world first. Then they'll say, okay, we'll do a little something to clean ourselves up so we can sustain it. That's why the budgets are crazy. That's why money for the U.S. is all over the place in many different places. Now, is this just an argument against Democrats, the left? No, it's not. It's an argument against every party, even going down to George Bush. It doesn't matter. If you decided that money needed to flow into another country to sustain something that we actually did, and it doesn't need to be here, like we don't need to take care of our people first, then you're wrong. But this is the clash. This is a pivoting point, because if Trump didn't win this or even turn hearts or make people say, hey, we're going to stick with Trump after this State of the Union, then we're cooked for the midterms.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of.
So she's yelling, "You've murdered Americans." I would say you've robbed from Americans. You've robbed from Americans and given other people the opportunity to get the bag also from Americans. So you want to put that on him, but that's the hypocrisy it is. They spend the time looking at the right, and they don't clean up the shit that's on their shirt at all. They don't. So I respect it when I hear a liberal or even a Democrat say, "Hey, I don't agree with the party. I don't agree with this, do with that, but we do need this," and then we can have a real intelligent conversation. But it's very rare that I see that or I'm able to have that level of exchange with them. But let's go.
Our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. The cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
How can you boo something like that? How can you boo people showing ID in order to cast their vote for some of the most powerful positions in the world? I watched this live, and I looked at this and I was laughing. I don't see how you can. How? Because when you say boo to that, you're saying yes to the opposite. Fraudulency, it being a fraud, people casting fraudulent ballots, mail-in ballots that came in from somewhere, nobody knows where, and the people have died or whatever the case may be with them. And we keep getting this narrative that that's not true. One thing I realized, everything is possible. When you see a man dressing up like a woman in a woman's skirt, let me tell you, everything is possible. Don't tell me that that's a one-off and a 1%. Back in the day, probably early 1900s, even in the 50s, not as prevalent. As time goes on, it becomes more prevalent. So if that's possible, do you not think that someone under the guise, because assassinating a sitting president is possible, right? We saw it with John F. Kennedy. We saw this guy have the most assassination attempts over the last 4 years. I mean, over his, I think it was 4 or 5 president attempts over the last few years. Anything is possible. So don't tell me that it's not possible, especially after this argument is placed on the table, that someone cannot do something fraudulent. The reason why they got upset with that whole meme with Obama and Michelle was because it was on the back of and they didn't even get into the topic of how these machines have the ability to rig your vote. So why is it impossible that someone can walk into a place, cast a ballot for people? They can do it in groups. I mean, we do have large communities put together, right? Don't we have Minnesota and Somalia soda? That's what they call it, right? Little Somalia. And they have a voting block and they cast their vote with intention. With intention, they say Ilhan Omar is the candidate to represent us, and that's what she's doing. So why is it impossible when people say it's very rare that that can happen? Why do you think it's so rare?
All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. And no more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None. And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%. And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
Now, as we get deeper into this, I think it was some crazy amount of like 20-something or 50-something senators, well, not senators, congressmen, Democrats that didn't show up to this. And I looked at their meeting afterwards and it was so sad. I was like, what the heck? How do you get elected to a position and people elect you to be present, even if you don't like what's being said, and not show up as a sign of protest? If somebody did that and Joe Biden, and let's say, for God's sakes, Kamala Harris had actually won, they would be mad. They would say this is disrespectful. Never before in the like of history does Americans do blah, blah, blah. The hypocrisy again. Now, I got some hypocrisy for some of y'all Republicans. Trust me. Trust me. I'm an equal opportunity smoke giver. I'm a conservative. Yeah. Please like, subscribe, follow too.
And the reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things you almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated. And their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to.
So I'll make this real simple for some of the Democrats. Listen, call your congressman and say, listen, we want voter ID because the people want it, but we have a challenge with people that can't get their birth certificate. That's understandable. There has to be some solution to that. And they spend more time arguing about this and less time trying to figure the solution for the problems that they say make it hard for you to actually have voter ID, which is the biggest one I keep hearing is some people don't have their birth certificates. And I get that. Okay. Some people don't have passports. The cost to get a passport. I get that. So why not, if you're a Democrat and you're interested in solutions and you want to make America, you don't want to use the word great, you are good again, okay? Or you love America and you love your people casting votes. Why can't we just say we need to have a solution, a spin for these people that can't get those documents? We should vote on it now, accept it now, so they have time to get their birth certificate. That's too simple. It's too simple. If they did that, then what good do they need us? Because they're solving problems, and hell, they believe you stick around for not solving problems. Some of us believe, a lot of us believe, you solve the problems and we keep you around. That's how it's typically done. That's how normal people work and do. Politics, completely different.
Stop it, John. And here is one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials...
You know what? I'm a skip and go. Let me go to this next one real quick. This one is actually the end of this, and I like this one a little bit better.
In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an...
So this story, and I'm going to let him finish the story, is, to me, this is the reason why you have some people that are conservatives. We love our black people. Don't get it twisted. We're black conservatives. But we can't rally behind this because the other people in the party, and I'm breaking this down so that we are just, they make this more complicated than what it actually is. It's very simple. The other people in the party are persuading you that this is okay. And you believe that liberty and freedom means that you should be able to choose this for a child. No, liberty and freedom means that a child can grow up to be who they want to be. If they want to be a transsexual, they can. If they want to be gay, let them do that. But under the age of 18, that's why some of us can't get on a boat with you. That's why. That's why it sounds great with the kumbaya and all black people and we got to rally for the blacks and blah, blah, blah. We hear that, but our children are being confused intentionally. Why would I rally behind something like that when you're going to fight me off now and engineer my kid mentally to be what you want it to be? What you want him or her to be like, or you're going to inspire them past their parental guidance, the person that God gave them to. Whether you feel they're right, whether you feel they're wrong, whether you feel they're not good parents, that's not the question. The question is you don't have authority. The statement is really, you don't have the authority to do it. And that's why we have this fraction. This is why we split. Some of us, we love the kumbaya, but we hate this invasion into our homes, this privacy invasion, this forced conformity to these rules that go way past what the government and the state should have their hands in when it comes to people.
All boys stayed home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up.
Look at that boy. I did it great, I did it big. Now, before we even get into all of this, I'm going to tell you, Trump did a lot of boasting that some of the stats don't line up with, okay? And I'm going to give you my logic of why he does that afterwards.
In thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately. Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy, I'm telling you. They're crazy.
Look at his face. Look at his face. I can't believe the president said crazy. He must be crazy using the word crazy. To me, that was the highlight of the whole night. I'm going to talk about all this other stuff, but this is the highlight of the whole night. That expression was shared by all the Democrats in the room. I can't believe this dude called us crazy. Yeah. We called.
Amazing. Incredible. Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we? The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception.
And that's the truth. If you go to certain places like Nigeria, Ghana, you guys like to go to Ghana and run over to Ghana. You can't move certain ways unless you're paying somebody, unless you're giving them some money on the back end. Bribery and corruption is just built into the structure of the system. You pay the government their $10, and then you're going to pay me for actually bringing you to this place to pay the government $5. That's it. My man, what they say, my man, give me, no, my man, you gotta wet my beak, my man. What? Come on. When we act ignorant to that, and I think it's simply because a lot of Americans just don't know. And he played them by asking them to stand up if they're with this cause, but they don't. That was the other pivoting point in the whole night.
Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah.
So real quick, let's pause. The debate still lingers with people saying, oh, Trump is gaslighting this whole crime issue. One thing that's so cool right now that we can't deny is we all have Chat GPT. We all do. So let's look at this because I had to stop and look at these numbers. I wanted to know, listen, I got friends, I got people I know, and they're quick to tell me, hey, Leon, Trump's just gaslighting this crime situation. There's no crime. Illegal immigrants don't make crime issues. There's none of that. Okay. So, of course, ChatGPT, my prompt is, because I love prompt engineering, I love using this on a daily basis. Some of y'all still Google. No. This will give you some answers for you to dig down deeper into, along with the sources for you to go and verify it. And my question was simple. ChatGPT, what is the crime rate when it comes to illegal aliens in our country? Criminal alien statistics. And it was clear to tell me, listen, it's all based upon who reports it. Some people just don't report this stuff. Some municipalities, of course, we would understand sanctuary cities don't do it, because why would they even track something like that? Is really stupid. to track the crime of the people taking sanctuary in your city. Okay, so I'm gonna make it bigger. It's gonna cover my face, but it's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be very huge. I'm gonna go to the side so you can see it here. It seems like from 2018 to 2026, right? Convictions by offense, homicide. It was very low. Now this is they pulled this information. Criminal aliens, individuals who are not U.S. citizens or nationals who have been convicted of a crime in the U.S. or abroad, encountered by the U.S. Border Patrol. Total convictions by offense since 2028 to 2026. 2018. They did not start tracking this, I think, until really recently. Homicide, manslaughter, fiscal year 3, that they said here in 20, starting in 2018, and it spikes. Oh my gosh. 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. It drops. I wonder why they dropped. Sexual offenses, dang, triple digit numbers. Assault, domestic violence, 4-digit numbers. Quadruple, is it quadruple? Quadruple digit numbers. Correct me if I'm wrong. Theft and burglary. Driving under the influence. Damn. The highest 2,844. Illegal drug trafficking. Oh my gosh. Boom. This landed right in that COVID time. We saw those 4-digit numbers in that COVID period. Would you agree? Look at that. I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow. Total crimes. Wow. So when Trump is saying this, he's not crazy. It may be crazy to you. You may look at it and disagree. But we see it. They've been pointing it out. You can't say because this number you don't like this number that the Republicans are lying. You can't say. You can't ignore it and say, hey, well, that's not everybody. There's hundreds of thousands here. Well, now we got another conversation because that's different. That's completely different. But the fact that one was in the country and was able to commit that homicide, and that person on the other end more than likely was an American citizen, that's enough for me. That's enough. Let's go.
Working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Now, everybody stood up for this. This is the finesse. I'm going to tell you, this is the finesse. This is, oh, we agree. You ain't going to stop us from trading our stocks and our mutual funds and our positions when we know stuff. Somebody going to trade. Oh, yeah, we agree. We putting together something already in the back. If they cut us off, we can share with people that we know. Nobody, never have I ever heard anyone, any president, Barack Obama, the savior that black people love to call him, Even George Bush. Yeah, some of y'all Republicans love George Bush. Some of y'all hate him. Nobody's ever said anything about this. See, this political game is the new bag. It's the new bag. When people are trying to figure out how they're going to put food on the table, this is the new bag. You become a politician. Shout out to Representative Presley. We know that since you've been in office, you've gone up. Your net worth has gone up 8 million plus. And your husband, who's a freaking felon, 10 years served, is somehow running your consulting corporation. Interesting. Look at that.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
Oh, now look at that face. That's the same face. I saw that jelly face, that blank face. What the heck, this dude coming between us and our bread?
I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you.
I was very impressed. Very impressed. Thank you. Oh, I got one more for you. We're going to talk more about this.
One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
This was equivalent to Steph Curry shooting a three-point shot from center key in the NBA championship. I'll say in the NBA championship. Yeah, that was equivalent to it. It was very simple. He just literally came up to the top. He set up the pose. He gave them opportunity to hear what was coming. He gave a solid ground for everybody to stand on. And I think only 3 Democrats actually stood up and said, yeah, we agree. America should put its citizens first. To say, says enough. That tells me everything I gotta say with them. That, like, literally, that's the whole sum of the night. That whole portion right there, that's the whole sum. That set the tone for the whole night. I should have played this first because that's when he said, listen, these guys are freaking crazy afterwards. You can't even agree that America comes first, that the citizens come first. And I get clowns and I get trolls that always want to jump in and say something. I know you're like, oh, but we can't, we got to watch out for the illegals. They're in our border. And then you give me Christian scripture. Yeah, the scripture said, watch, Jesus is an immigrant. Negro, listen. You ain't walking into Rome, which occupied Jerusalem at that time. That made Jesus a illegal immigrant. That made him an immigrant because Rome occupied Jerusalem. Let's have a history lesson. Let's go back. We have a history because this is history as well as scripture. No Roman was going to turn around and say, we put Romans before, we put Jews, we put the people of Jerusalem, we put the people from Bethlehem, Judea, any of those places around there, we put them before Roman citizens. It wasn't going to happen. Oh, no. It wasn't going to happen. So you could talk about him being an immigrant. He was an immigrant simply because his country, homeland, was occupied by Rome. It was under Roman subjection. He fled to Egypt, yes, but don't get that thing twisted. Just because he fled to Egypt, yeah, everybody, yeah, okay, you want to use that? Yeah, he was an immigrant also. Do you think the Egyptians put Jesus in front of the Egyptians that were there? Come on. Come now. Don't be so dumb now. Come on. This is why I will never vote Democrat. This is why I can't vote Democrat. I can't do it. I can't do it at all. I can't. Let's finish what Trump had to say, and then we'll come back to this other part. Because I'm about to show you exactly. The argument is, Leon, that's not constitutional. I'm going to tell you that is very much constitutional. Matter of fact, you can interpret it through your lens of sympathy, or you can just read the Constitution. It's up to you.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you.
And it's very simple. Do you put U.S. citizens first before illegal immigrants? No. Look. They said no. Very simple.
To end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens in many.
See, they're not talking about the topic. She's screaming, "You've killed Americans. You've killed Americans." That's not what we're talking about. We have a plan. This is an opportunity for both parties to come together, unite, and agree on one thing, that American citizens are first. No. The bitterness, the anger.
In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. That cheating is rampant in our elections.
Okay, so check this out. Let's run this real quick. Under the U.S. Constitution and federal law, The government's primary legal mandate is to its citizens. This includes protection and security. The preamble of the Constitution highlights the duty to provide for the common defense and promote the general welfare of the people of the United States. Social security, social safety nets programs like Social Security and Medicare are statutory rights specifically for citizens and legal residents who have paid into the system. See, I can actually say legal residents. I say, okay, great, because you come over here, you work, you paying taxes. I can get that. The right to vote, only citizens have the legal right to vote, legal right to participate in the federal elections, giving them a direct say in how the government serves them. All I did was Google ChatGPT. Is it the right? Is it the responsibility of the government to take care of the people? That's all I did. Look.
This is a central and highly debated question in American politics, touching on law, ethics, and the allocation of taxpayer resources. There isn't a single legal answer that satisfies everyone, as the responsibility often depends on whether you are looking at it through the lens of constitutional law, federal policy, or moral philosophy. To break down this complex issue, it helps to look at how the government currently balances these competing priorities as of early 2026. 1. The legal framework, obligations to citizens. Under the U.S. Constitution and federal law, the government's primary legal mandate is to its citizens. This includes protection and security. The preamble of the Constitution highlights the duty to provide for the common defense and promote the general welfare of the people of the United States. Social safety nets, programs like Social Security and Medicare, are statutory rights specifically for citizens and legal residents who have paid into the system. For FY 2025, Social Security and Medicare alone account for roughly 38% of the total federal budget. The right to vote. Only citizens have the legal right to participate in federal elections, giving them a direct say in how the government serves them. 2. Obligations to non-citizens, legal and illegal. While citizens have exclusive rights, the U.S. government also has certain obligations toward any person within its borders, regardless of their status. Due process. The fifth.
And that is what they're using. That statement literally right there. You break in, so we have an obligation to you. That is the reason why they never stopped to put anything at the border as a safety net for people, because they want to come in. Remember when I started this, I said that there's globalism. This is not a left and right thing. There's only globalism, globalists, patriots, and nationalists. That you hear me. They believe as globalists that once you step foot in the United States, you're responsible. We're responsible. Now, that's why I keep saying habeas corpus has never been addressed at all. Due process. Let's talk more about this. So check this out. I got a couple questions that came in, and you guys are cool. I got you. I hear you. I hear y'all. I want to show you this real quick, and when it's over, you give me your input on this. Am I crazy? Have I lost my marbles? Leave a comment, because if I've lost my marbles, you're welcome to help me find them. I'm cool with that. Because when I'm looking at this right here, and we just spoke about what the responsibilities of the country is, this shows me that all of this stuff is intentional. I did a piece a while back about people using that were coming to the U.S., green card expired, visa expired, still being able to buy houses, still being able to buy land, building properties as nationals from other countries here. And I got shot. I mean, I was on Facebook, I was on YouTube, and some of the comments that came when when I was showing you the foreclosures that took place from people that have been deported, I saw some real stupid behind statements. You thought that I was crazy, 19 years in real estate, and I'm telling you that people do this all the time, and they've been doing it in rapid amounts prior to 2020 COVID. When I researched, they've been doing this for the last probably 10 to 15 years. Think I'm crazy? Come on.
Is this country being too lenient with offering taxpayer-funded help and assistance to migrants, or is it necessary help? Some people are upset about this. There are many companies in America who offer special loans to those who may not be citizens or they're migrants. There are also monetary assistance programs that are offered to non-U.S. citizens or migrants who may not be in this country legally. In one video, an American business owner in tears said she was not able to get a loan to start her business, but a migrant was able to secure a special loan to buy her business.
But I need my president to tell me why I worked so hard all these years, all these decades. Couldn't get a business loan, but I bust my ass to get the money to create my business.
Now, California lawmakers also recently passed a bill that could make undocumented immigrants eligible for home loans. And of course, we know about car loans. Joining us to talk about it, conservative talk show host Angela Box. And this wasn't intended to be a one-sided conversation. The person who was speaking on behalf of, look at you, you're happy.
So excited.
So damn happy this person didn't show up. But one of our guests didn't show up.
Yes.
And so we're going on because so many people are talking about this and that viral video. So when you see migrants, and you'll say illegal immigrants, get these loans and special loans that private companies offer. And of course, there's a government-funded Medicare, Medicaid, all of those programs. What are your thoughts on this, Angela?
Well, I'm old enough to remember. I can't seem to put my finger on who told us that this exact thing was going to be happening. Oh, I know it was. It was Donald Trump. He said it in 2015. And now, thanks to Greg Abbott, and, you know, I'm not a massive fan of Greg Abbott, but on this, man, this political stunt he pulled, shipping all those illegals to blue cities and blue states, was chef's kiss genius. Because now every single blue city and blue state gets to feel what we in Texas and we in border communities have felt. And what the Democrats are doing, see, here's the big picture here. Democrats have zero ideas, none. Kamala Harris will not sit down for an unscripted interview. She will not take questions. Their ideas are bankrupt. They have literally nothing. She's the border czar. Her and Joe Biden have let in 15 million illegal aliens. And now the Republicans put forward the SAVE Act, which is a bill that was passed by Republicans. Not one single Democrat voted for it. Would make it proof of citizenship to vote and a photo ID to vote. Now, Democrats always like to say that black and brown people are too stupid or helpless to get a photo ID to vote. But here's the big secret, and they let the cat out of the bag, and they're starting to be more honest about it. Because their ideas are so terrible, they have to import voters. Because illegal aliens coming over the border are going to be getting on government assistance, and that is going to be paid for by taxpayers. But guess what? They're going to become future Democrats, because this is globalism, this is communism. Kamala Harris is a Marxist. Tim Walz is a Marxist. Joe Biden doesn't know where the hell he is.
For those, Angela, who said that President Trump and his...
That's why I said this is a battle between globalists, patriots, and nationalists. And he nailed it 100%. The loan, there is a non-QM loan that you can easily get. Google it. Ask ChatGPT, what is a non-QM loan? Matter of fact, I'll do you even a better one. Let's do a better one for you. Where do I have this? This non-QM loan set up. Hold on. This is even a better one for you. Because some of y'all believe that when I say this, even though I've been in the space, I'm crazy. Leon, you're crazy to believe that illegal immigrants are actually taking homes from Americans or making it harder for Americans, let me tell you something. These companies need to be held accountable because they're getting bread off of the backs of Americans. Honestly, a lot of them need to be held accountable. They do. Because they make these loan products that they offer to these illegal immigrants. They, under the guise, why would they actually default? There's no way they're going to leave. So let's go into it. Let's go into it. I just simply asked, and I want to know, tell me, can we do this? ChatGPT, where is it? Give it to me, ChatGPT. Where was this? It actually broke it down. These non-QM loans.
A non-QM, non-qualified mortgage loan, is a type of home loan designed for borrowers who cannot meet the strict documentation and credit requirements of traditional mortgages, like those backed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. Instead of requiring W-2s and tax returns, these loans use alternative methods to verify your ability to repay, ATR, such as checking your bank statements, assets, or the rental income a property generates. 1. What identification is required? Because non-QM loans are built for flexibility, the identification requirements are much broader than standard loans. They are often used by self-employed individuals, international investors, or residents without a social security number. For U.S. citizens/residents.
Residents who do not have a social security number. Bo, all you need is your ID. You don't need to be a citizen to get an identification from the DMV, nor do you need to be a citizen to even get a license from the DMV. At least not the DMV in Georgia. I don't know. We need to talk to Kemp so he can make some changes on that. For non-citizens, you can qualify with the ITIN number.
Standard government-issued photo ID is required.
Standard.
This includes a driver's license, state ID, U.S. passport, or military ID.
There you go. Driver's license, state ID, passport. It didn't say a U.S. passport. It just said a passport, right? It just said, it said U.S. passport. I'm wrong. Correct me. I'm corrected. Military ID. The two first ones are not hard to get. You see, the reason why they got this issue with voter ID also is because it is saying that you can't use those first two ones to actually cast your vote. We need to see actually proof of citizenship. This is why the left is going ham right now on Trump and the right. This is why. This is why. Let's go.
For non-U.S. citizens, residents, you can often qualify with an ITIN, Individual Taxpayer Identification Number, if you do not have a social security number. You will also need to provide your foreign passport and proof of legal residency, like a green card or valid work visa, for foreign nationals investors. Some programs allow you to qualify using only a foreign passport and proof of your primary residence in your home country, like a utility bill. 2. How long has it been around?
Proof of residence in your home country, not the United States, your home country. Leon, you're crazy. This can't be true. No.
Term non-QM officially entered the mortgage world on January 10, 2014. The origin: following the 2008 financial crisis, the government passed the Dodd-Frank Act, which led to the creation of the ability to repay ATR rule. The split: this rule created two categories. 1. Qualified mortgages, QM, loans that follow strict federal guidelines, the safe box. 2. Non-qualified mortgages, non-QM, loans that still prove a borrower can pay but don't follow the government's standard checklist. The evolution. While the
Did a story about it. Chinese nationals owning farmland. Some people saw it, some people didn't. This is why. And you're like, Leon, hey, that doesn't mean that we can't get freaking houses. Okay, I done told you the loan. I done I done gave you the damn loan name. I done told you what you need to qualify for the damn loan. After that, you do what the hell you want to do. You do what the hell you want to do, because you're going to do it anyway. You're going to believe whatever the hell you want to believe. Go ahead and believe it. Go ahead and believe that nobody gets this shit. You go ahead and believe it. Go ahead and believe that I'm tripping. 19 years in it. Go ahead and believe it. You just keep going. You think that you're the same ones who talk about these billionaires, these people who own these businesses. They're billionaires. They're robbing. I'm showing you, Negroes, how the hell they making money on the finance side off of your damn back. Because we ain't even talk about the FHA. We didn't talk about May 2025, how the FHA rules had to change to address the illegal alien issue. Loans that were given to them. Listen, yo, you want to see the FHA? We gonna do one on the FHA. Because you think we crazy, and when we say this stuff, you think we crazy. Oh, that's a small percentage, Leon. That doesn't mean that all these illegals out here, they're good people. What do you mean they're turning around and buying houses in America? Listen, you're behind like that box that you live in. You like that cardboard box you live in. You like that. Or maybe you're the liberal who actually has a bunch of money and you feel so depressed and you feel just guilty because you got the money. They need to have money too. Damn, you got it. What about your fellow American citizens who need to have a house? They need bread for freaking their business loans. Nobody said anything about that. Nobody addressed that. Nobody wants to talk about that. Y'all think that we crazy out this mug, huh? You think we just talking?
I wanted to share news that just came down from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, and I need you to listen. Starting on May 25th, if you don't have a U.S. citizenship or a permanent resident card here in the United States, you will no longer be eligible for FHA financing. What does that mean? If you're here on a temporary protected status, parole, work authorization.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Hold on, you mean to tell me prior to May 2025, you mean to tell me they were buying houses, like houses that we got? Oh, I get it now. They only buying a little bit of the houses, like a couple of them, like 2 or 3 of them, right? There's still enough. They only using a little bit of the bread, not a bunch of the bread. There's still enough bread out there. Listen, Joe, if you want to go start the business, the SBA is going to have bread for you. Don't worry about it. We giving it to a bunch of these other people that came here from all these other places. But don't worry about it, Joe. Listen, we're going to have plenty of money for your ass. Yeah.
Congratulations. Well done.
Just stay right here in line. What? 125 in line? What you mean you got to come back tomorrow? Look, Joe. No, Joe, you can't. I know they not citizens, but you can't cut in front of them. You got to stay in your damn place. You got to stay in your place. Stay in your place. Damn. Jesse Jackson is fortunate. He's out of this mud. Jesse like, I know the truth now.
This moment, you will no longer be eligible for the FHA program. This program we hold very dearly to our hearts because we do serve the Hispanic community, which allows them to utilize this with minimal down payment. However, if you're still under contract.
Okay, I'm going to bring you up to speed. When she says minimal down payment, what does she mean? 3.5% is all that's required to, get an FHA loan. That's all you got to put down, 3.5%. Huh. What do you mean? Hold it, 3.5%. Conventional has 5, 10, 15, 20. I've seen them as high as 30. What do you mean only 3.5%? That's a win. Hold it, who's paying the difference? Oh, you are.
You still have until May 25th. However, if you are on the search for a house, you still have time. There is still hope. They have not made any changes to the conventional program. So if you are still wanting to purchase a house.
Remember I said non-QM loans, conventional.
you can, okay? I also wanted to point this out. If you did purchase a house with a FHA and let's say rates do come down at that moment, you are not eligible for FHA streamlined refinancing, okay? I just wanted to point that out. I'm also going to share here the mortgagee letter that came out that stipulates everything that I'm talking about, and I will also attach it on my link, the website, so you can also go on and read it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us, or you can go to the link that I will provide here below to seek further assistance or further answers to your questions.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, you can still buy a home. Here are the 4 non-citizen buyer profiles. The last one is under fire right now and might change soon. Number 1, permanent residents or green card
As of this video is changed.
holders. If you have a green card, you're treated just like any U.S. citizen. You can qualify for an FHA loan, a conventional loan, or even a VA loan if you're active duty or a military veteran. You'll just need to be ready to show proof of residency and meet standard credit, income, and asset guidelines. Next, we have non-permanent
Proof of residency doesn't mean that you're a citizen. Proof of residence just means you live at 454 Oak Trail. That's it. And you got a bill to show it. And you got a license to shoot to prove it, which none of those require you to prove that you're a citizen. That's it. Not even green card, right? No.
residents or visa holders. If you're here on a valid work visa like an H-1B or L-1, you can still qualify for a conventional mortgage. You'll need to show that your visa is current and that you plan to stay in the U.S. long term. And you'll also need to prove stable employment. Number 3 is DACA recipients. These are individuals who were brought to the U.S. as children and are not currently eligible for permanent residency or citizenship. You can apply for a conventional mortgage as long as you have a valid social security number and active work authorization.
Now, the DACA, I have a different perspective on that. I believe they came here as children. They didn't get a say in coming here. Their parents made that decision. There needs to be some type of amendment, change, because you see DACA, you're very limited. You don't have a freaking green card. You're in that ghost state where, yeah, I'm DACA, but I really don't have access to these programs. I believe, and this is my personal opinion, leave a comment, leave yours, you tell me if you think it's legit or not. I might just be blowing smoke, but I do believe there should be something fair done for them. I believe that the argument that we're having that's wasting all this time and the media programming and all this propaganda and all this rhetoric and we don't like Trump, we don't like Trump. Y'all don't like Trump, we like Trump. Listen, just get to work and do something for the DACA kids. Just do something for them. Do something for them because they didn't have that choice in coming over. They did what their parents wanted them to do. Their parents put their lives on the line for them to have a safe. Do something for them. See, all of this argument and back and forth, and nobody's doing it for the actual people that need it. And DACA's one of those people. Those children need it. They're going to colleges that are here. They're getting student loans that are here. They didn't make that decision. If you sent them back to South America 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to say 9 times out of 10. Let's say roughly, let's say if it's 50. If you're a DACA student, you let me know if you're a DACA resident, a DACA baby, you let me know. Because I think it's 50 times out of, 5 out of 10 times they actually know how to speak the language of the country they were from. I mean, you grew up in a house, your parents more than likely spoke it. You learned it. They definitely probably wanted you to grow up with that. But even if they could, dude, they don't know the country. See, we spend all this arguing back and forth, and there's really people that's really in need. And I keep saying it. You got compassion that's overloading, and then you got logic that is overloaded. We need to bring that compassion logic together, bro. Bring it together. And I'm going to tell you, some of this is stupid. And some of it is really stupid. But some of it is legit, too. And so you can't really say Trump is crazy, because the crazier thing is, if Trump is saying it, why don't you turn around and give some adjustment to the argument? President Trump, listen, we understand. You feel like illegal aliens broke in. And listen, you're right. They broke in. The mofos broke through the door. They came in the door. They said it before. They never let the mic magnetize them. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going off on a rant. Okay. They did it. But we got DACA people here that need you. What can we do for them? That's a senator. That's a true senator, a true congressman of the state, bro.
Congratulations.
That's
Well done.
And I gave that to you. Listen, if y'all need game on y'all's getting elected and really what to say, because obviously whoever writing the damn script for some of y'all congressmen and senators, they don't know what to say. You will gain so many damn Republicans or even conservatives that are just like me. I float right there in the middle. I will never vote for a Democrat. Honestly, I just can't. Y'all politics is crazy right about now. So I'm trapped on this side. And they got some shit going on over here, but honestly, they respect your boy. As much as y'all want to call us Uncle Times, they still respect your boy, okay? It's still cool. They still know. They still cool. You can say we use what I don't give a flying freak. Because y'all got the crazy laws, and I'm not here to conform to it. No. But you will win some real brownie points if you came to the rescue of the people that actually need it.
Or is controversial. Non-citizen buyers with legal residency. Some will call illegals. Traditional loans aren't an option, but there are lenders who offer ITIN loans. They use an individual taxpayer identification number instead of a social security number. Just know they come with stricter terms than traditional loans. So if you've been told you can't buy because you're not a citizen, that's not true. You just need the right guidance and options.
A foreign national loan is a mortgage product that allows non-citizens to buy a property in the U.S. For the borrowers to qualify, they have to have a valid U.S. visa and an unexpired passport. So the down payment is as low as 30%. The property...
So you can have a passport to the Republic of China and still do it. Y'all jokers don't get it, man. Y'all really have no idea, no concept of this. You have no concept of it. Your boy, I done worked with these people, bro. I'm not telling you something I don't know. I gotta show you these videos to prove it to you. Because you're gonna say, oh, Leon, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna let somebody else tell you.
Foreign national loans must be an investment property, and the properties allowed are condos, townhomes, single-family homes, 2 to 4 units. Some of the products we offer for foreign national loans, you're not required to provide any income documents, and some others, we can translate the documents.
Some others, we can translate those documents.
Okay,
Come
this
on.
is part
I'm
2
not
of
done
how
yet.
undocumented illegal immigrants receive federal funding.
Stay right there. I'm not done yet. Like, subscribe, follow. I see y'all over at YouTube. Shout at your boy.
Without a social security number. And by federal funding, I mean SNAP benefits, which is food stamps, Medicaid, or housing assistance. It's exactly how most Americans receive it. But in their case, they pretty much break into your home while they're pregnant, and then they have a baby in the middle of your living room floor, and now you're responsible to take care of the baby. Because the baby is now your child. The baby is now America's child.
I like the way Sis said that. They break into your home while you're there, and they pop out a baby. And you need to take care of that baby because it was in your living room.
59% of illegal alien families use some sort of welfare program costing us $42 billion a year. And so
Federal funding, illegal immigrants use a process called mixed status household, meaning at least one member in that household was born in America. And even if a woman comes here pregnant, her benefits start right then because America then starts to take care of her while she's carrying her American child. So she begins to get free health care as well as food assistance because she's carrying an American child. Even if that child doesn't have a social security number, that American child is labeled an unborn American child.
My Uncle Tom is such a good father.
So they're using technicality whenever they tell you no illegal immigrant gets SNAP benefits. However, if an illegal immigrant has a child or gets pregnant in the United States, they receive for one child $291 a month in SNAP benefits. For two kids, $535 a month in SNAP benefits. For three kids, $766 a month in SNAP benefits. That's the cap amount they could receive. They also received HUD housing assistance, which recently ended, meaning that they were paying as little as $20 a month for housing.
I know because I've dealt with Section 8. I've had my property on Section 8. Come on, guys, come a little closer. I've had some of my clients' properties on Section 8. Some of y'all don't have Section 8 properties in the system, specifically in Atlanta, because there's a shortage of homes. You got your voucher, but you can't find a place to live. Leo, you crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Nick wrote, I do, because I've been here, and I've been doing this for a long ass time. To the point I'm about to quit and let my license go and just freaking become an investor 100% of the time, wholesale. Because honestly, the license part is a joke. When you sit back and you see all of this, you kind of scratch your head. Yes, Joker, Section 8 in Atlanta has a deficit. Not just in Atlanta, Fulton County, Cobb County, DeKalb County, God knows Gwinnett County, deficit. Coming up short in houses. That money, the HUD money for rentals, living in, oh, please ask those cats up in New York. You see, we used to grow up, when we go to New York, we would call it PJs. I go visit my cousin in South Bronx at the PJs. You know what I mean? Mom, we going up there at PJs, blah, blah. We leave out Saturday morning, blah, we going to visit our cousin. Every time we go to PJs, you got Jose, you got Shaniqua, you got all these people there. And when you look, it's like some of these people, you're like, oh, Mexican. Oh, Puerto Rican. Oh, Haitian. And they just moving into the unit. How do you get the money to do that? Because that's HUD, homie. That's HUD subsidizing that. Now, when you go out to the street, you kind of wonder why you got American people living on the street and they don't get that. They don't got that subsidized housing. I'm crazy. I'm off the mob, right?
So no, they don't need a social. They're not using a social. They're using their American-born child social to receive federal benefits.
I get a dummy that comes to me on Facebook and he says, there's a difference between standing because you believe in something versus standing to support the ego of a you can't spell good, president who was doing that to control, not because he actually cared. No, he was doing it to make a point. And they did it because they didn't want to be controlled. But they don't work for that. How many times you go to your damn job and your manager tell you to do something and you don't want to do it, but your ass got to do it, right? You got to fall in line. The American people are their managers. Fuck what Donald Trump said. He said it. Your ass supposed to stand up to show your people that voted you into office that you on that side. Okay, booty scratchers, I keep you around for a reason. And sadly, you fell for this BS like you always do. How do I fall for it? I wasn't there. I didn't stand up. See, it'll be too much props for me to put his picture up here or anything like that. Negro, they clowns, they troll, I keep them around for a reason. Trust me, I've been trolling since I was in grade school. And I enjoy watching them. They don't understand. They make me great again. Okay? Come on. You a puppet, bro. And I spend all this time with the logic. And they come with the emotion. This is grown men. Listen, you watching this, you grown men. Stop wearing panties, bro. Stop wearing panties. Stop it. instead of being the hope and the dream of the slave. Nigga, you the hope and the dream of the slave. I ain't no hope and dream of the slave. I'm a hope and the dream of my Father, Lord and Savior, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and my Father, Elohim in heaven. I'm their hope and their dream and their manifestation on this earth, someone who walks in his identity. I don't give a fuck about being no slave people. That shit is in the past, bro. That shit is never coming back. You can hold on to that when the scripture tells me to release those things that are behind and reach towards what lies ahead. I press towards the mark, nigga. I'm pressing. You can stay where the hell you are. You are a disappointment and a nightmare of the slaves. Yeah, that's true. I am a nightmare of the fucking slaves. You're right about that. You're right about that. You're right about it. Oh, yeah. Did you know that some of the black slave owners, yeah, there were black slave owners. Matter of fact, the black slave owners rivaled some of the white slave owners in the South. Please read the book. And let's go deeper into it. They also funded the Confederacy too. See, when stupid people say stupid stuff, I reply back with stupid stuff. Yeah. You scratch your booty and you smell it. And that's why you make those comments. But we keep you around because I gotta have a little boy around me. I gotta have a little kid around me because I like to train up a child in a way that he should go. And when he gets old, he will not depart from it. Yeah. We love you. And this is why we feel this way. Now, hold on. Let's run this. Go ahead.
College kids are telling us Trump's State of the Union didn't go so well. The only problem? It's tomorrow. Rate Trump's State of the Union speech 1 out of 10. 1's the worst, 10's the best. Negatives. And why? I think we all know a lot of reasons. Yeah. What about the State of the Union?
See, what she's basically showing you is that the most of the people making these damn comments don't know shit. They don't spend the time to watch it. They probably watched 10 minutes and went back to scratching their balls because they realized it's just too long and complicated. I don't like the blue, the red guy, the yellow guy, or whatever they were, the orange guy. I don't like him, so I'm not gonna watch it. Joke. Then you have kids like this who make statements about stuff they have no idea about. They didn't even take the time to realize what day of the week it was. It's the day before the State of the Union.
Last night, 1 to 10.
It was like a 1 or 2. I mean, it was all over the place.
Oh, just give it a 0.
Gonna give it a 1.
And why do you say 1?
I don't think he's very articulate.
How did Trump do at the State of the Union?
0. I'll be real, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it much. I watched it for a little bit, but the State of the Union last night. How was that? 1 to 10.
That was last night. I thought it was tomorrow.
No, you're good. You passed the test. Good job.
Wow. This is both funny and terrifying at the same time. We are truly living in a day and age when evidence and facts and the truth do not matter at all. They didn't even hesitate to say, I didn't like what he said. What he said was bad, knowing full well that they had no idea what he said. This is how we get a bunch of puppets who are willing to say, Trump is racist, conservatives are...
That's a puppet. That's a puppet. The puppet is the person who you've already taken the talking points. You don't do any education. We all know that. Reading is not fundamental for your ass. Oh no. It's not. It's not fun for your mental, nor is it required for your state. Education only stops when the soundbite stops. That's it.
Evil, you're all fascists, and not knowing whether or not it's actually true is not a problem. They'll just make things up if they have to make their case. That's how stifled these people's conscience has become. And it's also why when we show them evidence that the opposite is true, that the facts prove the opposite, that doesn't matter. Because the truth didn't matter in the first place.
If there's one thing the State of the Union proved, it's that patriotism and love of country really bother these folks on the left. As President Trump said, these people are crazy. The fact that some Democrats would not stand for a 100-year-old veteran who sacrificed for this country so we can have freedoms and liberties is absolutely sickening. I
didn't even talk about that part. I thought that was crazy. This dude, 100-year-old veteran. Damn, we are coming down slowly to the generation that fought on the beaches of Normandy, D-Day, being gone, like extinct. Even with all of the information that we've gotten from them, I mean, just them being alive, the boldness, the balls to do what they did, we're losing that. And now you get these jokers. I told you, it's not left and right. It's globalism, the globalist, the patriots, and the nationalists. And a lot of these people don't even know they're globalist. They don't really know they are. They don't even know what that means. So we're going to keep going. But they didn't even stand there to actually raise their heads, salute, and say thank you because you did what you did. I got a free country and I'm living here. These
Also would not stand for Irina Zarutska's family. Irina was stabbed on the train coming home from work. There were over 70 Democrats who would not even show up for the State of the Union. They hosted an alternative Drain the Swamp event with people in frog costumes. They are a bunch of overgrown theater kids who don't want to do any actual work. They can't even get participation trophies because they didn't participate or show up. Now, Sisterhood of the Traveling Scammers, they did show up, but the second President Trump mentioned fraud or loving our country, Ilhan Omar was apoplectic. She was melting down. There are Democrats who would not stand for the Olympic men's hockey team. This isn't even a partisan issue. Okay, sports are supposed to bring everybody together. Look at this guy. Okay, he's in a mask. He won't even turn to look at them. This is a member of the media. Remember, 90% of the media, they hate you and I, and they also align themselves with the Democratic Party and carry water for them. One Democrat who did show up was Nancy Pelosi. I don't know if she was overserved at dinner. She had a hard time keeping her eyes open, but a diet consisting of nothing but Pinot Grigio and hatred for Donald Trump can't be good for your body. I've said it before, but I'll say it again because I know some of you are new here. I don't even think this country is divided by Republicans and Democrats anymore. It's divided by those who love the United States of America and those who seek to destroy it. You can look at some of these polls, right? A huge swath of Democrats believe political violence and extremism are justified. What's sad is that there actually are a few good Democrats who want to work across the aisle, get things done. They come to Washington with good intentions, but now they have to capitulate to this extremist wing of the party, and we're looking at it right now. These are people who do not want you and I to even be here. The Democrats in Washington, they claim to hate President Trump, but they offer nothing else. You guys have no identity.
That's the whole point. That like what he just said right there. They don't offer anything. They won't sit back and take what they know to be a good program and to break it down and say, listen, this is how we can help the people. This is how we can actually make this thing make sense, Mr. President. This is how we can actually advance this. We can find a win-win. See, they never built anything. They never negotiated with anybody on anything. They never did business. Damn, all they did was, they didn't even do sales. They not even, because even in sales, you know you can negotiate the deal. That's why they call it the art of the deal, baby. You get drawn. They act like the person, and this is just a lesson for you guys. When you walk into somewhere and they give you a crazy number, when they give you some crazy off-the-wall number, it's meant to get you into a place of shock, and that begins the negotiation from them from a place of strength. So you know. So when you see somebody say, we want borders closed and no more illegals, and you're like, okay, yes, but we got people here, Mr. President. How can we negotiate so that these people can now begin to assimilate into Western society, into American society, and have families? They don't do that. They don't do that. They need your vote. They need your vote. See, one thing I can be sure about with Donald Trump, honestly, this is one thing I can be 100% sure about. Donald Trump loves America. Donald Trump's business flourished because this country is what it is. Yeah, even with businesses overseas, there is nothing that rivals the American economic system. I mean, they got you plugged up to the Matrix too, right? They're ciphering energy out of your behind, right? It's simply because it works. We have an infrastructure that a lot of countries don't have. I can be sure about that. Ilhan Omar, I can't be sure about that. Presley, I can't be sure about that. None of these other ones, especially the mayor down in Minnesota that wants to be Somalian, I can't be sure about that. And we're going to talk about Somalia tomorrow or either day after tomorrow, because we're going to talk about the clan mentality in how 80% of the Somalians down there have this type of clan mentality. And I'm going to show you what that means, because some people keep dumb to do the research. So I'm going to bring it to you, bro. I'm going to bring it to you. Hold on. I got a little excited. I'm going to bring it to you, bro. I'm going to bring it to you.
You have nothing going for you. You have no policies to put forth. All you have is Trump derangement syndrome. We're over here loving the country. We're patriotic. We are not going to apologize for loving the United States of America. And we have free speech. You don't have to love President Trump. You don't have to like him. But if you don't admit that the country is better off now than it was 4 years ago, then you're lying to yourself. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for liking and following. Drop a comment. Tell me what you thought about the State of the Union. I will see you on the next one. Bye.
It was the State of the Union address tonight. It was. I don't know if you guys knew that. And the lack of patriotism on the side of the Democrats aisle, kind of scary. I mean, I'm not going to say no more. You guys let me know what you think about this shit.
In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life.
Just want y'all to remind me real quick why we should care about people who are here illegally when shit like this is happening. It's not about grouping them all up. It's about when you let one, you gotta let the other. So let none in. Do it the right way, or don't do it at all. Illegal is illegal is illegal.
Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
Now look, we're talking about an American citizen who lost their life not because they were doing something malicious, mischievous, not because they were breaking a law. They were in their own home. They were attacked brutally. All right? Poked up 24 times in a bathtub. And these people can't even stand up to show respect to the mother that's in the gallery. The mother of that daughter is in the gallery. They can't stand up to show respect.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world.
And that's why I say, I listen to all this craziness and people crying and Trump's the mean man. You don't like Trump. He's a punk. He's a punk too. Dude, Trump is going to be going in the next 2.5 years. All you're doing is sowing the seeds of your destruction, honestly. Because I don't care who the person is. I will never vote for that party. I just couldn't. And this is the thing. They have to come in with a conservative mindset that the family is first, that American citizens are first, that we must take care of our country so we can actually grow to be some people that take care of other people in other countries. We have to grow to that point. We got to step back and go back and take care of our own shit first. And they're just planting seeds. That's it. They getting emotionally upset. Oh, Trump. Trump is going to be gone. That's it. In 2.5 years, Trump is going to be gone. That's it. Now you're going to have to convince America that the next candidate that you bring to the helm is actually has the balls to do the job. And 99.9% of the time, they're going to be like Tim Walz. They not gonna have any balls. Oh no. We talk about one of those dogs that go over to the the SPCA where they take the dogs to shelters and they clip the balls.
Congratulations. Well done.
Hey, y'all gonna be walking in. Our new commander-in-chief. Tim Ballless Waltz.
The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you.
Out of both them two terms, that's got to be the realest thing this man has said. As you can see, there's an entire aisle, half of the room, that won't stand up for an American citizen who lost their life. Yeah, he is. He and his cabinet are the ones standing in the way of the debauchery from happening to our country, the way that it was the last 4 years. Shout out, Mr. 47. We love you, bro. We're going to keep fucking holding you down. For the non-lazy watchers watching this, make sure you hearting this. Make sure you sharing, resharing this. Make sure you saving this. Let's open up this conversation so the world can see just how patriotic they are not in the Democrat Party.
Love them or hate them, that State of the Union address was pretty awesome. Very America, fuck yeah vibes. And two things that stood out in my opinion. Number one was all of the awesome awards and medals handed out to all of the incredibly amazing people that were invited to come, including all of the USA service members, as well as the USA Hockey Gold Olympic champs. So that was really cool. And then secondly, I understand that like if it's a Democratic president, the Republicans don't really stand a lot, and when it's a Republican, the Democrats don't really stand a lot. But when Trump said that I think we could all agree on this, our jobs as politicians is to protect American citizens and not illegal aliens, no Democrats stood up. None of them. They all hate U.S. citizens.
Wow.
Come on. Come on.
See, it's never what you do, it's how do you perceive what you do. I don't care if you had a reason for doing it because you didn't like Trump. Guess what? Nobody sees your dislike of Trump. Matter of fact, we see your dislike of Trump worse. That means you don't want to do what you were hired to do because you don't like Trump. And that's petty. That's petty. That's like those trolls out there trying to create a name for themselves, but they're really nobody. And they think since they tell you they don't like you, oh my gosh, I'm melting. Oh my gosh.
So what'd you think? The 2026 State of the Union address is in the can. I thought President Trump did great. There were a few, of course, moments that stuck out for me. A lot of it was, first of all, about 70 some odd Democrats not showing up. Your job is to represent the people of your district or your state. And if you can't show up and do that at the State of the Union address, why are you in Congress? You're not there for yourself, man. You're there for those who sent you there. Having said that, of course, it really sticks out in my mind when the hockey team showed up and got their proper applause and kudos. And I just thought it was great. It really was. It was a real USA moment. It was a real I love this country moment. No matter what you are politically, it's a great country. And then he sort of got the left to start standing up when they probably didn't want to. When he talked about not trading if you're in Congress. When he talked about firefighters, they had to stand up for that. When of course he was awarding the 100-year-old men who fought for this country valiantly, when he's awarding them, they stood up. When he was awarding the guy who did the masterful job in Venezuela, they stood up. The one point, though, he said, stand up if you believe your job one in the government in the United States is to keep the people of America safe, the United States citizens, not illegal aliens safe. Stand up. And they didn't stand up on the left. They did, of course, stand up on the right. Very good speech, very pro-America speech. I left it pumped up. I learned that Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib are even lower lives than I thought they were, which I didn't think that you could possibly get lower, but
don't forget Representative Presley.
Omar yelling the entire time was very strange, but give me your grade in the comments right now. How do you think the speech went? I thought it was great. Come on.
What? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the It's so many things I could say about that whole speech, bro. And it's about last night. It is so much just weird. Just I realize how weird some of you guys are right now. Oh man, weirdos. Okay, cool. Yo, check this out. Weirdos. Oh my gosh. We're being invaded by weirdos.
Congratulations, well done.
No. Help us. For me? For me? Pop it. Okay, so I told y'all not to go to Mexico. I've been telling people not to go to Mexico before this even happened. To me, it's logical when I go to a place where they grow drugs, sell drugs to their people. Their people don't even buy the drugs because it's so damn expensive. They help them grow. They make more money growing it. When they do this type of thing, and don't get it twisted, it's not all Mexican people. I'm telling you, it's just the cartel. But that's enough. To me, that's like going to school in Southwest Philadelphia and them Negroes got them damn AR, AK, not even AKs, what do they call Uzis in their freaking locker room. Yeah, in their lockers. Yes. I went to Bartram Main Building in Philadelphia, Southwest Philadelphia. Negroes had Uzis in their freaking book. Yeah, in their lockers. That's how bad it is. Because you can't go down there just like I couldn't go over to the main building. I was in the smart side of the school. I couldn't go to the main building and feel comfortable not one damn bit. Oh, no. I couldn't. How do you feel comfortable when Negroes got AKs, freaking Uzis, like a couple blocks down from you, and they not the government? Matter of fact, they only want you for your money, so that means they can snatch you, take you, hold you for ransom. I don't care if they say it's a resort. Do you understand the Mexican government ain't got no control? Do you not get that? Do you realize we sent our troops over there to train and to teach them? And they still struggle with it? They still have a problem defending their people. You notice that. And they wear masks also. Oh, no. Because they realize when people know your identity and you and trying to enforce the rule of law, bodies show up. Bodies end up in the trunk. Bodies end up from the bridge. But no. No. Y'all gotta have your margarita with your Jose Cuervo or doggone what? Patron. You want it from Mexico because the margaritas down there are different than the ones up here, right? So you gotta have that one. You got to. I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Well, right now, they trapped, homie. They trapped and they don't know how to get back. And I'm waiting. I'm just being patient until Trump pulls the trigger and says, shit, I'm sending down the Marines to get our people out. And when that happens, all the booty scratchers out here are going to be like, oh, no, you can't invade another country. No, we're not invading them. We need to get our people back. Americans are important. You American, if you feel you're not important, go over to Ghana and trap your ass over there. Go fly to Africa. Go to where they got a civil war going on. Go to where you're behind can convince them that you're on their side before they slit your throat and cut off your neck.
Okay, so I haven't left my room this morning yet. I've just been catching up with everybody back home. Lots of text messages, emails, messages, just FaceTiming, or I use the Marco Polo app. So just been here kind of re-unpacking because last night about 11, I was notified that my flight was canceled, which I kind of figured that was going to happen. So no flights out of here today. And I was not able to reschedule until Friday, so I do have that on the books. Excuse me. I have not gotten on to like local news and stuff to see if like things are getting worse, if it's moving to different areas. So I haven't caught up on all of that yet. And then I booked a flight for Friday. I also booked a second flight for March 1st. I'm just like, this is crazy. What turned into like a 5-night stay? I'm gonna be here for I don't know how long. It's nuts. I'm gonna go down and catch up with the girls. I'm here for a makeup incentive trip, and I'm gonna catch up with the girls and see how their vibes are, like their plans. I probably need to redo my room key because I think it turns off at noon. So gonna go take care of that kind of thing and see what the update is from like the company and stuff like that I'm here with. So if you have any questions that I can try to answer, put them in the comments and I will try to get them answered a little later. I'm gonna have some downtime, gotta catch up on my color matches. I am really far behind on that, and really now all I have is time to do those, so I should probably go catch up with Saint girls, see how it's going, and then find a shady place to do color matches. If you're wanting a makeup color match, just go to colormatchbyshannon.com and I will get those caught up as soon as I can. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will keep you posted on how everything goes. Like I said last night, they kind of shut down all the restaurants and just had the buffet open, which I totally makes sense. One, just staffing issues, and two, like if the roads aren't open, how long will they have food? So you don't want to like waste all this food at all these different restaurants. It totally makes sense. But the vibe at the buffet was good. People were in good spirits. So anyway, this is life right now.
They are conserving food and water and resources because God knows when they're going to get more. I need a refund from the resort. I need a refund from the travel company. I need a refund from Refund Me, Delta. American Airlines, refund me. Y'all, all y'all gonna give me my damn money back. I need a refund. I need a refund. Americans ain't been in food shortages before, bro. Y'all never been in food shortages. Y'all don't know. Y'all walk around in these third world countries. Y'all have no idea. You have none. I'm not even joking with this. This is sad and it's scary, regardless of what anybody try to tell you.
So I'm in Guadalajara right now in Mexico, and shit's pretty bad. Since yesterday morning, we've been stuck inside. We're not allowed to go outside because it's very unsafe. There's fires, there's riots, there's cartel people, gang violence on the streets, burning vehicles. Airport was, it wasn't really taken over by the cartels. It's always been operational, they say, but there's no way to get to the airport or from the airport to your house. So all the streets are absolutely closed. There was multiple warnings that if we see somebody, a civilian, on the street, we're gonna shoot them, things like that. And yeah, we're from Canada. We have no idea what's gonna happen, where and when we're gonna be able to go out and hopefully catch a flight and come back home. It's pretty crazy, and yeah, hopefully everybody's safe out there.
We were hungry yesterday. We had no food yesterday. Nothing was open. It was a terrifying day yesterday. My daughter saw the cartel light a car on fire right in front of us. There was fire all around us. It was terrifying.
Oh my goodness. Jeez. Wow.
where I want to go home tomorrow, but I know we probably not going to be able to.
I'm like saying we should play the card, but I would not have left you.
Yeah, I think so too.
Wow. All right. That's a wrap. I'm not going to Tulum. I'm not going to Cancun. You guys can keep it. Keep it as long and as hard as you want. Not me. Hell no. Deuces. Deuces. Simply because I also have my feet in real estate. And yeah, I know we talk politics. We talk culture. We talk news. We talk your girl cheating on you. That's the real Leon Duncan show, honestly. That's going to start streaming in the evenings, guys. I'm not playing with this mess. I'm coming. We're going to go deeper in this. I'm not playing with this. Okay, bang. So, what I'm starting to see, and I'm going to put y'all game to this, okay? What I'm starting to see is that little house, that tiny house trend pick up really, really fast. And I get it and I understand because a lot of people, they want to cut their expenses. They don't want to be responsible for a big house. So it was easing up during the 2020. Now it's going ham. And there's a lot of good people that have built subdivisions in Atlanta, around the area, Metro Atlanta. Really, really cool mini tiny home areas. You know, I actually was getting a cigar and I ended up talking to this guy who does shipping containers. And we were chopping it up, talking about how his shipping containers literally they can't stay on deck because people are buying them, shipping them to wherever they're shipping them to, cutting them up and making them into a house. Dude, I can't sell you on this anymore. But one thing I will tell you, we're going to show this. I'm going to show you some of the architecture, how cool and deep it is. Because I couldn't stay in a tiny house. Not for me. But I know that people need it. Now, you're trying to say, Leon, how do we get hold of some of these? I can only tell you how to find the deals. Just go to my link in the main description. Click and you will get part of our off-market property deals. And doggone, if you're a real estate agent and you're trying to get down with working with investors, I've been doing it for years and I love what I do. Grab the ebook, show you how to actually put the systems in place and what you need to have in place, whether you're an active real estate agent or you're going to be an active real estate agent or you just doggone want to work with investors. Hey, link in the bio. Check it out. Let's go.
Hey, I'm John. This is my house. Over here you have chairs, so you can kind of just lay out, chill with people. On the inside, you have this nice couch you can kind of spread out. If you're watching football, a game, YouTube, whatever, you have a TV, so you can kind of entertain. Push it back in.
Let's go.
Over here, this is where I cook. I have full-size appliances, so I can do everything that I need to do. I have the loft up there.
That's dope.
On the inside over here, I have everything that I need, and I have pocket-sized doors. And then in the bedroom, I got a lot of stuff here. So I've really utilized the space. And then I even have a closet. So with double racks, that way I can put as many clothes as I need.
Dope. That's a good use of space, man. That's like New York use of space.
Guys, so guess what?
Oh, she's low.
The tiny home is
Not
here.
like, oh,
So I picked out the colors. So this is a black with gray.
she's very low. When I repost this, I'm probably going to turn that off up, but I can't watch it but too long.
So let's go inside. I already have some framing work done. So let's go inside and see what we got done so far.
This is the bedroom that we have framed out. So this particular tiny home will be a 1-bedroom. So come so y'all can see how big the bedroom will be. I believe it's gonna be like an 8 by
9.
8 by 9.
9 by 14.
9 by 14, excuse me. So this is a big enough for you to get a queen size mattress in here, a dresser, a TV. Come this way. This will be a wall. This is the bathroom. So I wanted a door to allow people to walk into their bathroom from the bedroom. This is the bathroom. Is currently being framed out for a bathroom. This is probably where I'm going to put the vanity at. This is probably where the shower is going to be at, and it's going to be a decent sized shower, you know. And
That's a
then
small
over
shower.
here, we'll probably have a toilet. And then this is another doorway
Whole areas.
out. So for people who don't like people walking through their bedrooms to get to the bathroom, that's why I had this door built. And then this space will be the living room / kitchen. So we're thinking about putting the kitchen along this back wall right here, have the sink, cabinet space, refrigerator on whichever wall. I haven't really given it much thought, but I am so super happy. As you can see, we have the installation, so we're about to do some work this weekend, installing some installation. But I'm super happy that we finally got the tiny home. It has been a long road. So I'm so happy to take you guys on this journey with us. And yeah, let's get to it.
Hey,
to TJ
congrats,
the tiny
sis.
house. Let's go in.
320 square feet. Can you live in 320 square feet? If you can, leave a comment and tell me if you cool with 320 square feet. I'm trying to think about how that would actually look if I walked it. And if it's the size of my bedroom, probably me and my wife. That's it.
This is our living room where we hang out, spend most of our time here as a family, watch movies. Over here, we've got closet for storage. We homeschool, so we keep a lot of things, so we hide them here. Also got lots of storage here in the stairs.
Ooh,
Washing
that's smart. I like that.
dishes are not my thing, so having a dishwasher means everything to me. Nice full-size fridge. Over here, we've got our snack drawer.
You can pop them in the head with the
You
snack.
nailed it though. You said you were gonna do that. And you did.
Look, they got the upper area here. Her son chilling up there. That's dope.
I'm like, am I gonna get it? I can't. Oh, bam. Hold on. Okay. Over here, we have a full-size fridge on top of our snack drawer.
She had to do it again.
Ha! Nailed it. In the restroom, we have a pocket door for privacy. Lots of storage here.
Oh.
Flushing toilet, stackable washer and dryer.
Listen, that toilet is way too close to everybody. Some of y'all people don't. I'm telling you, that toilet is way too close. Don't let it be the wrong day that you eat the wrong stuff. That's it. Y'all gotta. She needs to show me the solution on the fan that blows everything out. Yeah, I just need that solution.
Privacy for the adults.
Now, what that it should be up there. I would have put it closer up there, but I guess privacy for the adult. Oh, that's the bedroom.
And this is the bedroom. Thanks for coming.
Dope. Shout out to y'all with that. That's a cool move. I like that. That is clean.
I just recently moved inside of my tiny house. This thing is 85 square feet.
Oh my gosh. Bro, I can't go from 339 or 390 square feet to 85 square feet. If y'all cool with 85 square feet, let me know, because I can't do that. I wouldn't be able to do that. I don't know. It just makes me feel claustrophobic.
I spent $1,000 on the frame, and I put about $2,500 into it. The most expensive thing was the toilet, which was $1,050, and I just
$1,050 for a toilet in an 85 square foot tiny home, bro. You know you can get a toilet from Home Depot for like freaking $150, $200. And okay, let me clear this up. I think he's probably trying to say to install it into the drain, into the line, the toilet, the cost of the toilet, plus the installation and running the line somewhere. I hope that's what you're saying. Because if you paid $1,000 just for a toilet, ain't no poo-poo that good, bro. Ain't none.
To kind of give you guys a walkthrough, I will make individual videos about the kitchen and the toilet and the bed, but I just want to give you a general walkthrough of the whole place. I did want to mention that I put this tiny house in the backyard of like a house that I own, so I don't have to pay for really any lot rent or anything like that. I'm also renting out my house, and that's paying for my mortgage and like all my bills. So 2025 I will essentially like kind of retire, and my plan is to live off of my rugs. So you'll see here in a second, my tiny house is covered in rugs, ceilings, the walls, the floors, everything. So here's the entrance of my home. Yeah, it's very colorful, and this is like truly like my personality. When I lived in my house, it was designed the same way, just wacky, colorful, wild, and that's kind of my vibe. So when you walk in, of course, you see a bunch of art. I used to be a really big painter, so I have like 2 paintings in here. But yeah, all my rugs are on here. This is my little coat rack. This is the living area, the living space. I decided to kind of go with the one side design.
I'm gonna tell you the worst part of this. And I played this because I wanted y'all to see this. 85 square feet. It takes him literally 6 minutes to give you a tour of an 85 square foot tiny house. The other lady, both of them, matter of fact, all 3 of them, man, they only took under a minute and a half. What do you have to show me for 85 square feet that will literally take you 6 minutes to show me? I should see nothing but the bed, the living room, in the toilet. That's it.
My kitchen.
Oh yeah, in the kitchen
is back here. I'll show you that in a second. And then this is like my kind of my storage where I keep my rugs. I'll show you that in a second. But over here, I got like a little couch, and then right here is my shower, and I put my toilet inside the shower. And then on this side is really just my clothes, and I keep my shoes up top here. I got a little bit of storage over there, and then down here is actually my bed that I can fold out. Here's the clothes, and then the shoes are up here. I definitely have realized in this like I think month or so of living here, I definitely need to trim down a lot of things. I do not need this many clothes. I even still have quite a few clothes up in the attic of my house that I have to get rid of. And these shoes too. I have a bunch of shoes, so I am planning on getting rid of quite a few things. But the art will stay. I rather have art than like clothes or shoes, to be honest with you, because I like to be surrounded by my own art. So normally I kind of just keep this thing closed at all times, just to separate the bathroom from the living area. It's obviously really, really tight in here, really small space, limited on space right now, but this is the toilet. I had like a really hard time even picking a toilet. I think that this one's pretty good though. It has like this little hose down here that goes into like outside so that the smell gets out. In the shower back here, you see this like fake tile. I did install this myself, that's why it's a little bit wonky. My plan is to ultimately put real tile in here at some point, but I put this up just to make it look pretty. So over here is basically the chill spot. This thing also serves as a really...
Homeboy used fake tile for the bathroom shower, and you're going to put real tile in. God, I pray that you did not use like wallpaper. You know, like the cheap one that you just put there, and it's not really wallpaper, but then it is wallpaper because you feel the feel of it. Those things it's like the backsplash that's cheap. You can get it right from Home Depot. It's not real backsplash. It's just, homie, what's going to end up happening is you're going to take a shower, the water's going to splash against there, and it's going to eat away at the drywall. You know that, right? What do I know?
Nice storage. I keep like my important documents, just like random storage, my dirty clothes, like everything's down there. So I really love that. Since I have like a little rug business, I keep like my rugs that I'm going to be selling in here, little ones and then bigger ones up top. And so here's the bigger rugs that I have just kind of in stock. I did actually buy a greenhouse, and I put that in my backyard. It's actually twice the size of this tiny house, and that's basically going to be like my art studio. But I did have like a little bit of an event happen where like the ceiling kind of caved in on a really rainy, windy day, so I'm working on repairing that so I can actually make rugs in there. I will be making tons of videos making my rugs when I do get it up and running. Here's the kitchen area. I got a nice fridge that has like a real freezer and everything in here, which is really nice. I don't really eat too much food. I also don't cook at all. So all I really need is the air fryer and my blender right here to make smoothies and whatnot.
I'm not mad at him. Honestly, I'm not mad at you, bro. Honestly, I can't even be mad at you with that. You put all of this stuff into that tight spot, and you've literally eliminated a lot of expenses, and you even got the lights at the top strip going. And I couldn't do it, but I applaud you, bro, because that's some work right there. That little small cluster space.
Vegan, so I don't, need meat. I don't need all that. So I really just eat the same.
I wondered, if you fart, does it stay in the room long?
Kind of few things. I really love
5 square feet.
these Trader Joe's samosas. So I literally eat these like almost every single day. I eat them 5 days a week. Yeah, I basically just keep my vitamins up here, a few things, pots and pans that I really never use. I also have I got a rice cooker and a tiny little mirror and all that. This is also where I, do my shaving and whatnot. So plenty of space for all.
Oh, so he shaves over where he cooks and cleans his food and plates. Interesting. Why not just take it outside and do some outback shit? Like, just take it outside. You have a something out there where you could just shave, because your hair gets in your, I guess, is your food, right? So remind me never to come and eat at your spot.
Also, I got this huge ass sink, which I probably should have got a smaller one, but it does the trick. I also plumbed this whole thing myself. I almost did like everything in here myself. Like I painted the walls. I obviously designed it. I put these things in here. The only thing I did have somebody else do was the shower. Other than me putting those like stickable fake tiles up, and I also waterproofed the floor. But other than that, I mean, everything was done by me. I'm really happy I was able to learn how to do the plumbing myself, because I've always wanted to learn plumbing. I'm also learning like a little bit of electrical work as well. As far as the bed, this is actually my bed. It's a massage table. I'm going to make its own separate video on that because it's a whole hassle getting it out. But look out for that video really soon. But basically, it just kind of unfolds and it goes up to like right here. It gets really, really, really cold in here. It's not like super insulated. Like the walls are insulated, but the ceiling isn't. I have a lot of work to do on that. So since it gets really cool, I installed this little heater up here, which really is helpful. I also have a heated blanket that keeps me warm at night. Well, that's about it. I definitely plan on making really in-depth videos on everything in here. I'll, film myself cooking, and I also will film, taking a shower. I'll be more detailed about the toilet that I have, and just like living in here in general, making art in here. Like I'm planning on doing so much in here with like my content. Also, I'll show you the full backyard, because I have a lot going on back there. I got a pool, like I said, that greenhouse. I have a gym, so I'll definitely make a lot of videos to show you guys. This is like a
homie is smart. It's just him by himself. He's smart. It was a little weird and cringy at the beginning for me, but I get where he's coming from. And shoot, if you a bachelor or you a single guy, this might just be something cool. Now, granted, you gotta wonder how she would feel about it if she comes to visit you. But hell, you making money, you saving money. Hell, if she really for you, she'd be cool with that. Honestly.
I call this right here 2 doors for the price of 1. You purchase a duplex. You live in 1 unit. Let's say the mortgage is $1,500, right?
Get on our off-market property list so you can find some of these duplexes. I just spoke to a guy yesterday looking for a 4 unit. We went through everything. Still shopping and searching, so we looking for some 4 units for him. All off-market deals. And take advantage of it. And you get the PDF, you'll also be able to find out how we do it, how you can actually do it too.
You live in 1 unit. You rent the other one out. Your tenant pays $1,000. And you pay $500. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Can't beat it. I can't beat it. And that's my hack. House hacking tip for the day. Guys, thank you for sitting on this live stream with me. I appreciate you guys over at Facebook, you guys over there on YouTube. Holla at your boy. Remember, Jesus loves you. You're made in the image and likeness of God. Matter of fact, you his child. Go win. He did it already. He just wants you to walk in it. Peace.